Hello, this is Vnews Broadcast Daily and following are the headlines.
Party General Secretary Ttxvn visited the Chinese province of Guangdong. State President Truyền held talks with his Sri Lankan counterpart Mahinda Rajapaksa. The 4th ASEAN-China Young Entrepreneur Forum opened in Hanoi. The Vietnam Fatherland Fund Central Committee launched the Month for the Poor.
As part of his official visit to China, Vietnamese Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng called at a high-quality residential area in Tung Quan City of Guangdong Province on the morning of October 14th.
The party chief was introduced to the planning, overall development model and services for residents living in the area. Later on the day, General Secretary Trọng will visit the Huawei Group and an exhibition introducing the renewal achievements of the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone during the past 30 years.
On October 13, the Vietnamese leader met with Politburo member and the secretary of the Party Committee of Guangdong Province, Wang Yang.
Wang spoke highly of the ongoing visit and expressed his belief that the trip would create a momentum for the development of relations between Vietnam and China, including Guangdong Province. Two-way trade between Vietnam and Guangdong reached $5.83 billion in 2010 and $3.56 billion in the first 6 months of this year. Many major companies from the province have come to Vietnam for cooperation and business. To boost cooperation between Vietnamese localities and Guangdong Province, General Secretary Trọng urged both sides to promote exchanges of delegations, helping increase mutual understanding and trust, and enhance cooperation in economics, trade, investment, science, and technology. The Vietnamese leader said he hoped the province would always pay attention to preserving Vietnamese historical and cultural relic sites in Guangdong, as well as increasing education, especially among youths, on the tradition of friendship and cooperation between the two countries. In the afternoon, General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng and his entourage visited the historic area of the Vietnam Revolutionary Youth League and left a floral wreath and offered incense at martyr Phạm Hồng Thái grave at Hoang Khoa Gang Cemetery in Guangzhou City.
President Trương Tấn Sang held talks with his Sri Lankan counterpart Mahinda Rajapaksa on October 14th as the Vietnamese leader is on a state-level visit to the island country.
During their talks, the two leaders exchanged views on the socio-economic situation in their respective countries as well as bilateral relations. They spoke highly of the multifaceted cooperation between the two nations and agreed to further strengthen cooperative ties in many fields. President Sang said Vietnam is ready to share experience in post-war national reconstruction with Sri Lanka. He also affirmed that the Vietnamese government always creates favorable conditions for foreign investors, including those from Sri Lanka, to invest in the Southeast Asian country. After the talks, the two presidents witnessed the signing of 8 important cooperation documents between agencies of the two countries.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng hosted a reception in Hanoi on October 13 for 50 outstanding young entrepreneurs representing 200 winners of the Vietnam Gold Star Award in 2011.
Prime Minister Dũng applauded the efforts by Vietnamese business people, especially young entrepreneurs, in production and creating jobs and earning for workers, thus contributing to the country's common achievements. While congratulating the 200 winners of the Vietnam Gold Star Award this year, the Prime Minister urged the Vietnam Young Entrepreneurs Association to build businesses with high competitive capacity in different areas. He also affirmed that the government will create favorable conditions for business people and young entrepreneurs in particular to continue developing in terms of quantity, scale, and efficiency.
More than 200 overseas Vietnamese business people gathered in Hanoi on October 13th to discuss measures to promote made-in-Vietnam goods on the occasion of Vietnam Entrepreneurs Day.
With the theme Opportunities for Cooperation, Investment, Trade and Export of Vietnamese Goods, the conference was jointly held by the State Committee for Overseas Vietnamese Affairs and the Vietnam Association of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises. It was an important chance to tighten linkages between Vietnamese enterprises at home and abroad. Overseas Vietnamese communities now live in 103 countries and territories, and most of them are concentrated in big markets like the US, EU, and Eastern Europe. However, the paradox is that most of the goods our communities are trading and distributing are made in China, Thailand, and Turkey. Vietnamese goods have difficulty penetrating certain markets due to the loose cooperation between domestic Vietnamese companies and those abroad. Participants at the conference held that there are both opportunities as well as challenges for Vietnamese goods to enter foreign markets. Apart from cooperating with overseas Vietnamese businesses, domestic companies need to improve the quality of products if they want to expand markets and compete with foreign rivals.
As many as 250 business people from Asian member countries and China gathered at the 4th ASEAN-China Young Entrepreneur Forum, which opened in Hanoi on October 14th.
The forum has been held annually in rotation in ASEAN countries and China since 2008. At this year's forum, participants discussed the action plan of the ASEAN-China Young Entrepreneur Association in 2012. The focus of the action plan is to establish a website to provide up-to-date information about laws, regulations, and policies of the ASEAN member countries and China, as well as the investment environments. The most outstanding business people who made great contributions to the ASEAN-China Young Entrepreneurs movement were honored during the event.
The 7th International Conference of the Asian Society of Agricultural Economists opened in Hanoi on October 13th. More than 300 agricultural economists and policymakers from 30 countries and territories across the world attended the event.
During the three-day conference, the delegates will discuss issues related to strengthening Asian food security, climate change and sustainability of agriculture, development in rural food marketing, rural development and urbanization, agricultural investment and poverty reduction. Problems and strategies for Vietnam's agriculture and rural development will be also tabled for discussion. General Director of the Institute of Policy and Strategy for Agriculture and Rural Development, Đặng Kim Sơn, said Asia is facing challenges such as rapid growth, which leads to widening income gap between rural and urban areas, and climate change, which increases risks to agricultural production and food security. Vietnam's agricultural development strategy for the 2011-2020 period defines rice as a key export commodity and sets a goal of harvesting 41 million tons of rice by 2020 on cultivated acreage of around 3.9 million hectares.
The European Institute for Asian Studies has hosted a seminar in the Belgian capital city of Brussels to introduce economic reform in Vietnam over the past 25 years.
At the seminar, Deputy Minister of Planning and Investment Cao Viet Sinh highlighted the important socio-economic achievements Vietnam has reached during its renewal process since 1986. The Deputy Minister said Vietnam is integrating deeper into the world economy and striving to become a responsible member of the World Trade Organization. However, he also pointed out difficulties and challenges faced by the country amidst instability of the global economy.
The Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front has launched the Month for the Poor in Hanoi on October 14th in the presence of Deputy Prime Minister Hoàng Trung Hải.
Report delivered at the ceremony showed that in the first 9 months of this year, organizations and individuals at home and abroad contributed almost $157 million to support the poor. Since 2000, the National Fund for the Poor has collected nearly $271 million. More than 1 million houses were built for poor households across the country, along with thousands of projects and social welfare programs totaling $428 million. At the ceremony, 14 businesses pledged to contribute $81 million to the fund.
And that comes to the end of Vnews today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.